So here we go. We are, I think we were focused on a Korok situation last week. I'm going to go down near that where that tree is. I'm going to get myself used to the buttons here again. How's everybody doing? Yeah, the this week has been a lot. And if you were on the Monday Magic Mood Boost, you've heard a little bit about it already, but I'm happy to repeat myself and to go over things some more. I brought up the charts on Monday, so that'll be like easy if you want to follow what the charts look like, but I can talk about it here, and I don't need the charts. I can just explain it. Yeah, 2026 came in with emphasis, I guess is one way we could put it. It did that. So I have been watching the astrology. I'm keeping an eye on this week, especially Mars is on the move and renewing his cycle. So we can talk about the Mars Cazimi. Today's Venus-Mars conjunction was today. That showed up in quite literal ways, I think, if you've been watching the headlines. Yeah, so there's a lot going on. And I'm just going to switch my tabs over here so I have a better at-a-glance view of the week. Yeah, so if you should I start with context from the weekend and kind of move us to now and into the future a little bit, I guess, as I kind of get my sense of direction here. Last week we had found a boulder that we were going to roll down a hill, and now that I'm here, I can't find it again. So that's fine. It's a Korok, but we'll make the use of our time here, and clearly I've marked the spot of a what are they called? Shrine. I've marked a shrine, so I can look at that too. Yeah. So I'm gonna take this slowly, but I'll go back through basically the beginning of the year, and I'll walk us through now and through the rest of this week in particular. And then I'm also going to share with you what I hope is something encouraging. We'll find out together. But it's some metaphorical timing. So for people who are interested in the astrology of 2026, we talked about it last week. I can go over it again, though, because for some reason, my sound was messed up in the recording last week. So I can do some more with the astrology of 2026. I'm going to pull up a document here. Give me 1 minute. Enjoy the ASMR with that too. And I can go over that again as needed here. But it's also worth noting that the astrology of 2025 is not over yet, as far as astrology technically goes. So the reason I say that is because in astrology, when we are looking at the condition of the year, when we are looking at the condition of the year in astrology, perfect timing, you guys, I just started leaning into what we're talking about tonight. When we look at the year as a whole, we start it not on January 1st, which is a whole made-up process of like when to start the year, but I think I'm going to head us towards that shrine so we can get some more hearts and stuff going. We start it at the ingress of Aries. So I've explained this a lot before. You're probably, if you've watched me at all before, you're hearing me say this again. Thank you for your patience, but it bears repeating. Astrology begins when the sun goes into the sign of Aries, which is the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere. That guy's going to come from me. I just know it. And in the southern hemisphere, that is the fall equinox. And ironically, I will be in Peru during the equinox this year, so I'll technically miss spring equinox and have another fall equinox, which will probably be good from that context. So we're going to go to this tower. Pretty sure this is the tower where stuff lasers at us, so bear with me as I, panic a little bit about the lasers. Also, full disclosure, Venus is my time lord. Mars is my chart ruler. They are conjunct today, so I have been managing my energy today, I think, pretty well. But, in a video game scenario, I just ask for a little bit of extra grace if I rant more or maybe rage at the game a little bit extra today. I apologize. And there they are. There they are. Dang it. Okay. And enjoy that. Okay. So this is me practicing my mental fortitude. But like I was saying, 2025 started last March, astrologically. So when let's talk about the Islamicate astrologers of the Islamicate era and the Persian era. This is hilarious. He's just never going to catch up to me. This is fine. They would have cast a chart for the Aries ingress, and that's like the world's birthday. So how we cast solar return charts to see how our year is going to go on our birthday, we would cast a birthday chart for the year for the world on the Aries ingress. And let's bank over this way a little bit. And so with that, you would cast it for the location of the seat of power of wherever you are. So when I cast an Aries ingress, because I'm located in North America, in the United States specifically, I cast it for Washington, D.C. So that's what I pull up my charts with. What is around here? Because that guy's up there. And I'm not really sure there is a shrine around here, but maybe, no, this is a tree. What was I seeing? Well, great. Now we know. Cool. I'm just going to hide back here because I don't want that guy to come after me. And then we'll find somewhere else to go. So that's what we're thinking about with it. It's March to March. So currently, we're in January. We are still in the 2025 year. So all of that to say, I'm really mad. I think I must have seen one. Oh, that's right. We're going through the pictures now. So we've done those, but we decided it's a good time to move on with the story. So now we're going to start moving towards this and move some story along and see what we get in the meantime. Cool. So, were we? You know what we were? Maewyn, thank you. Yeah, I'll have to look at that image again and see if we can't get it. If you are exactly right. Thank you for helping me get back on track. So we're going to look for that tree from the image and talk about the 2026 astrology and really bring it into right now. What I'm trying to say is currently we are still in 2025's astrology. So for me to look at like the metaphorical timing, which is the timing that unfolds sort of in the background. Yes, AJ, thank you for reminding me of that. So we're going to go over here and get some exploration done. So for that, where am I here? Metaphorical timing is not just transits, right? There are a lot of transits coming up in 2026 that are wild. They are not brand new, but like it's been centuries in some cases since we've had even like it's been since the 1800s that awesome. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate the subscription. So Neptune, for example, who is going to be getting back into Aries to stay for quite some time. And of course, we're in this lady's garden. Neptune is coming into Aries. We'll stay there for a bit. This is perfect. She can just get us out of there. Was last in Aries in the 1800s. So that gives you context about how these cycles progress and how it's really interesting to see it showing up now. The 1800s, yes. That the middle and later part, are we really? It's a blood moon. Okay, we're going to get a cutscene we can't skip here. So I'm just going to wait that out. Let's find the blood moon. We can at least, there she is. This is what a lunar eclipse is kind of like, except this game has them really often. We do have a total lunar eclipse and a total solar eclipse occurring this year. So those will be things to look out for too, because if you can see it, it's like it can see you, right? So one of the things, I'm taking a digression here because it's relevant and I can't skip the cutscene. When the blood moon comes around, when the moon looks red because the earth is in the way and its atmosphere is distorting the sun's light, and so a full moon, instead of being white, looks red, they call those the baleful rays. So if you imagine the energy of the baleful rays, it probably looks a lot like that. That's how... people who are practicing cunning, magic, or anything like that and tell you to avoid the baleful rays, that's kind of the imagery they're giving you for that. So fun little digression there. And yes, it is relevant to the astrology of right now. We got into better weather by coming over here too, thank goodness. Look at me, I can climb. So yeah, we are wrapping up the metaphorical timing of 2025 between now and March. So it's important to keep that in mind. Just going to head towards the volcano and then get a better vantage point of, sir, we're going to have a problem. I don't even have anything right now. Hang on. It can't be metal because he's going to hurt you. Hiya. Oh, that is cathartic. Okay, we'll take that. Another key swing. Cool, cool, cool. I don't know if I want to bother with you. Goodbye. You're holding a bow. I'm not really, you know, I'm not in the market right now. I'll take you guys though. Cool. So with that being said, yes, we are calendrically in 2026 as a year, but we are finishing up the metaphorical timing of 2025, which started last March. There, I said it. Woo! We'll move towards that shrine too, as we make our way towards a good angle. We're going to end up over there, but shrines are shrines, you guys. We got to get them where we can. That golden line there, anybody who's wondering, is also astrological in this game, or astronomical at least. It is a falling star. If I get to it in time, I can get a star fragment. Would anybody like to see that? You've been feeling we can just be done now with so much these days. Yeah, can we just be done now? So, yeah, so as I was mentioning, transit will be coming in and out. Yeah, transits are a lot of transits are coming in, is really how we could put it. A lot of planets are switching signs. And when they do that, we notice it. It's like when you move from one room into another room and the design is like totally different than the previous room. Think trading space is different, right? Like someone just put straw on your walls and they want you to be happy about that being the room design now, which did happen in trading spaces. If you watched it like I did, wow. That designer whose name was Genevieve was wild. I think we can run this, buddy. I think you can run that. I think you're fine. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So what we find is that Neptune was last in Aries in the 1800s. Uranus was last in Gemini, I believe. The last time we had a Uranus trine in air signs between Uranus and Pluto was, I'm pretty sure it was in the 1700s during a sort of revolutionary time. It lasted a while. Yeah, it does, right? Astrology's everywhere. So we're noticing these patterns from some turbulent times in history happening at the same time. So these cycles are coming around, and they are coming around, whereas last time it was multiple different eras. Now it's at the same time. And just to make sure that if you feel like you're stressed and you would like some comfort, have a Jack cameo. This is Jack. He's a good boy. That'll make us feel better about the stuff that's going on today, I hope. Thank you, Dan. Yeah, so lots of stuff that spread out before is happening all at once this year. Those ingresses for reference, Pluto came in to stay in Aquarius last year and now is going to have conversations. Aspect is actually from the word aspectos, which meant basically conversation in Greek. So it's conversations between the planets. It's going to have a conversation with Uranus by trine when Uranus gets into Gemini, which Uranus will do, I believe it's in April. Yep, Uranus comes into Gemini in April. So the last time Uranus was in Gemini without making a trine, did we just miss it? That ringing that just stopped, the star went away. Or we're close. I'm not sure. There it is. We got it. Yeah. Cool. We're going to catch a star after I take out these slimes. Yeah. Okay. I want it all. Yes! First star fragment. Look at us, you guys. Catching falling stars and putting them in our pockets. And the rain's here, but that's okay. That's okay, because I don't need to climb anymore. Jerks. And look at the 3 rains coming up. It's gonna rain forever. I wonder if that's just one of the shticks of this part of the map. We'll find out. So the trick here will be getting to that shrine without drowning. I think most of this we can run on, so fun stuff. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so nope, we just flew out of the rain. Love that for us too. We need a rain emote, I swear. Yeah, so those are some of the big things. We've got Pluto that came into Aquarius, and Neptune and Saturn are both going to transit their way into the sign of Aries together. And again, Neptune was last in Aries in the 1800s. Again, another turbulent time, especially in the United States, but also, the world feels this as a whole. Get down there. There we go. So it's a lot of stuff, like I said, spread out before, happening all at once now, and is in aspect with each other. If you are familiar with astrology, the air signs and the fire signs can see each other. They can have conversations. And so sunken scoop, okay. Because they can have conversations, we are going to understand this year what it's like when all of the outer planets talk to each other all at the same time. That is not something we get all the time. And it's not the worst aspects we could have, too. So I want to measure, any kind of doom and gloom we may be inclined towards. It's still a lot of change. We're seeing it already, right? Like it's not anybody's real favorite thing. If I push this up there, how do I flip you? What? I can push and I can pull. I need you to dip. Interesting. I feel like I get into these and I'm always doing something just slightly weird. I just shake it out. This is not the way it's supposed to go, I swear. But I'm just going to saute this ball until it gets out. Aha. We did it. Alright, so that's one. Please don't let that fall on my head. I bet there's an easier way to do that, but I bet you've never seen someone saute one of the orbs before. We're going to take this with us. We're going through here. Okay. It's a little bit noisy. There we go. Great. There's probably a whole other ball in here, right? Oh, there's a button down there. Well, Mr. Button, have my heavy, handy-dandy thing. Yeah. Great. Now we can do that. We're doing great, y'all. We're doing great. If anybody has better ideas about how to get the ball into the box, I'm open to that too, because that was a bit much. Perfect. Oh, it closed. Rude. I wonder... Well, that's... Can I grab the ball? No. So what else am I supposed to use in here? So there's just that one down there. Unless I was supposed to put the ball up there first and then dip it, which I can try. Okay. Nope, they are not. Yep. Hang on a second. Whoa! I'm a better fisherman than this, I promise. Where did it go? Did I sink the ball? No, I did not. We'll just come and get this one. Okay, so yeah. What we're experiencing right now, long story short, is still the 2005 astrology, 2025 astrology, I correct myself. And now I've got to get this ball out of here without it rolling off. Stay. Nope. There we go. Awesome. We are lucking into this right now and it's great. I'm about it. Okay. Fantastic. I think that was it too. I think you need to put the ball on top of the cage and then press the switch so the ball falls in. Yep. Dip. We got this. Cool. And somewhere there's probably a chest. I think every shrine has a chest. So we'll do a quick look around for that. But if we don't find it, I'm also not devastated. Because it looks like we won't here. And that's okay. Oh, that one drained? No, that's just the same one. Okay, cool. We will be able to get this now. So, starting January 1st, let's look at some transits there. January 1st, we had Mercury moves into Capricorn, no big deal. But on the 3rd, it was a big day. You may have seen me talk on the Alchemist ink spell and other things. Right, great timing. About the full moon we had in Cancer. That was the first full moon in Cancer, first full moon of the year, the only full moon we'll have in Cancer in the year. And it is the moon in her domicile. And so what we experience there is typically we're like, yeah, this is the perfect time to do moon water. It's the moon. She's in her domicile. She's full. This is like epic and perfect for her. She was even next to Jupiter, who's like retrograde, but whatever. Except this brings up a traditional concept that is really important to keep in mind. The moon's next applying aspect. The moon's next applying aspect is used consistently, another shrine, is used consistently throughout traditional astrology. The moon is so important because she's closest to us, and so she translates what the planets are doing to us. When she interacts with a planet or an aspect that's going on in the sky, she makes it more personal, and we might see it in our rational space more. That being said, I think we can agree that what happened on Saturday was something that was a noticeable event. But why was it not this super duper amazing full moon in Cancer, beautiful cleansing vibe? Because the moon's next applying aspect was to Mars. So the moon's next applying aspect on January 3rd, when she had her full moon in Cancer, was not sparkly and wonderful, because the next applying aspect, which is important in ancient astrology of the moon, was to Mars. Mars, who is also in the sign of Capricorn, where he happens to be exalted, and where right now Mars's sort of altitude in the sky is in such a way that he's considered to be out of bounds. He's at the far reaches of the band that is the zodiac. So that means he's a little bit unruly. And so we had the moon exactly opposing, while she was full, an exalted and out of bounds Mars, who is preparing to have his cazimi, which is his exact conjunction, with the sun, as well as Venus. Venus is also exactly conjunct the sun right now. She had the perfection of her cazimi yesterday, but all three of them are within 1 degree of each other right now. They're on the same degree. I believe it's 20 right now. And so that is something worth noting. Having a full moon where the moon is doing her most, right? And she is in the sign of her domicile, so she has the ability to do her best, which is to translate. And then what she is translating is that opposition with Mars, who is exalted and out of bounds and going nuts. And the moon, if anybody's wondering, perfected at 5:02 a.m. East Coast time. And the news that occurred on Saturday regarding Venezuela released at 5 a.m. Eastern time. So even beyond that, you might think, okay, that's the moon opposite Mars and stuff. And if that's not enough, okay, we're making a friend. If that's not enough, we can take that even deeper. I had mentioned the metaphorical timing of 2025. Oh, good. This is actually going to kind of start us on another track, which will, if we fight this boss, will get us healing. If I die, I'll come back. So not a bad thing. Also one of my favorite characters in this game. So will you please follow me? We'll start this. Yeah, this is called Azora. Do we want to follow him? We can still do the shrine. We can follow him. We can also, he's going to understand that this game is about distractions. So we'll just let that go. Hi. What? Dan has opinions, but they're unspoken. So yeah, let's go deeper with that full moon, because it's like full moon applying to Mars. That can happen, right? And yeah, Mars is exalted and Mars is out of bounds. But like, did Mars have to mean exactly that? Going back to the astrology of 2025, which is still in effect, that chart was when we looked for. This is going to be another really fun term for you, but it's called the Almutin. The Almutin figuris, or the ruler of the figure, is not always the ruler of your first house. Sometimes it is. Like in my case, Mars is the ruler of Scorpio, which is my first house, and Mars is also the strongest planet in my chart by a lot of criteria that you can go through. So we go through a lot of criteria to determine this. And if we do that for the chart of last year, of 2025, we find that really the moon was the lord of the year, had the most strength and testimony to go by. AJ, you did a great job trying to spell Almuten. It's not easy. So, but Moon was the Lord of the Year in 2025. And the Moon is also the secondary ruler of the people. So she had double duty, I guess you could say, of ruling the people, the general population of particularly the United States. I need to shoot this with like a fire arrow or something. Or maybe my bombs will work. I probably have to take this guy out first. Hang on. I don't like that you can jump like that, but hey, you threw your weapon away, so you made it easy for me. Thanks. Video games are a really great way, if you are Mars ruled, to channel your competitive or aggressive nature into something that's not going to hurt somebody else's feelings. I've had a lot of conversations about this with friends who also have a lot of Mars. Yeah, so that helped me a lot. We're going to see if this will work. Oh, hurt myself and did not start a fire. Okay. They should give me something around here that can help me start a fire. Do I even have fire arrows at this point? Let's find out. Whoa, too far. Yes, we do. Cool. We're going to have to sacrifice one. We'll get more later. Okay. Where's the entrance? We want to make sure we're actually being constructive here. Assassin's Creed. Yeah, see? Great idea. Okay. Oh, gosh. Now we've got that going on. Cool. That should do enough. Yeah, I'd say so. Rude, buddy. Get away from me. Back to regular arrows so I don't waste those. Wait for that to do its thing. Hope we don't die in the meantime. You know what? Where are you? How far? Where are you? You're coming from that direction. Got him. Jerk. Okay. We're good. Yeah, he hurt me more than I hurt him, I would say, so it's fine. So, still in the astrology of 2025, which means if the moon was the ruler of the year and of the people, the moon represents the body in an individual astrology kind of thing, especially in medical astrology, right? And so if we think about the body of a nation, it's her people. So the moon is co-ruler and was last year general ruler of the people, which is pretty wild. 2026 has a similar thing too. I'm fascinated by. I'm doing more research on it so I can make sure that I feel very confident by the time I share it with you. But we've got time for that. Now, the ruler of the leadership of the nation, which is referenced as the king in older texts, but we don't live in that kind of governance here. So, where do I need you to point? Are you going to hurt me? You're going to hurt me. Okay. Got it. All right. Concept grasped. Okay. So what we then learn is that the ruler of leadership, in our case, the presidency, is the ruler of the 10th house of the Aries Ingress chart. Can you swim straight there, buddy? And the 10th house of the Aries Ingress chart happened to be Scorpio, which means Mars was the ruler of the leadership of our country in 2025 and continues to be through the Aries Ingress of this year. So those two planets may sound familiar to what we were just saying, right? It was the moon opposite Mars during the full moon, with the moon and Mars in very potent positions. And so that is what we find. I would like you to go down. I don't know why you're not going down. Let me try that. No? Oh, you float. So I need the water to come back down. Ugh. Okay. But I probably... can I just hit the thing from over here? No. Wait. Where is the switch that light hit? Over there. Of course it is. Okay. We're going to make this work. If I had Rivali's Gale, I would cheese this, but I don't. That's unfair, y'all. Okay, so again, think about, hit the laser. I can't hit the laser because the laser is moved by that thing over there. I suppose what I can do, though, is stasis the thingy and then move it. I don't know if that's going to work. And then see if I can swim across before it does its thing. I don't know. We'll try it. Let's just do this for fun because we got time. Do this to make sure we don't get hit. Yeah, so as you can tell, Mars and the Moon, prominent players. Oh, yeah. Duh. I can't make him stand up. Okay. Thank you, AJ. That was brilliant. I will do that. I'm going to have to do this again, though. Yeah, because he didn't go on the switch. Hey, you. Okay. We'll do this twice. Smart move, though, AJ. Thank you. Yeah, so sometimes it's like patting your head and rubbing your stomach trying to do this. When you did this one, you used Cryonis. Also genius. Thank you. I was actually accidentally, not accidentally, I did it on purpose. Don't know why I said that. But I was playing the Tears of the Kingdom just for fun the other day. And I've forgotten all of the functions of this game. So thank you. That is perfect. That's exactly what I need. Can I Cryonis from in here and still hit it? I think I should be able to, yeah. You guys are the best. I appreciate it. Alright, so we're going to Cryonis here. See how that goes, and we'll refine as needed. Yeah, so in summary, what happened initially makes sense in a much more specific way when you consider that those planets were very crucial. Hey, you're wasting my arrows. Were very crucial to what's going on in the United States with our metaphorical timing, right? So that's why the Aries ingress is something that's fascinating, because it lets you know which planets to really pay attention to. We got it. And I bet you there's a chest out there. We'll see. I'm imagining there's a chest down here somewhere, because why not, right? Oh, there's a ladder there. Oh, there it is. We did it! Yeah, so that's how that moon really shows up, even in just some basic understanding of the Aries ingress astrology. Then we move forward, and you think, okay, well, that happened, and now what? Well, this week, as I said, Mars and the Sun and Venus are all conjunct each other, and that means something in astrology. It's a big deal. When planets are conjunct the Sun, they go through what is called their cazimi. Cazimi just means, to be exactly conjunct the Sun, and it is a poignant moment. It's the beginning of their cycle. So it's Mars and Venus renewing their cycle with the Sun. When a planet is cazimi with the Sun, though, we look at Rhetorius the Egyptian, who is one of the early Hellenistic astrologers, mentioned that being, are you kidding me? Rude. Absolutely rude, because that's there. Okay, well, we'll just do it again. I don't mind. It's just wasting my arrows. Who cares? I can buy more. I can buy more. I'm only a little bitter about that, but it's okay. I did it to myself. All right. So the cazimi puts a planet in the throne, as if Mars needed more reason to act like a fool right now. Now Mars is also going to be in the throne. Venus was in the throne yesterday. But again, she does not have nearly the same kind of dignity in Capricorn as Mars does. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Sorry, I used the arrows because it seemed like the most straightforward way to do things. There's another chest in here? I don't know. Yeah, so now we'd have to raise the water again, I guess? That's weird. Do we want to try to get this chest, or do we want to move on with what's going on? Because if I raise the water, I could use Cryonis to get up there. But I can't hit the thing from in here, so I'd have to go back out there. which I could have done before. All right, AJ, you're going to help me understand how I didn't have to use the arrows. Yeah. Well, the door was shut. The door was shut again because the thing had floated again. So we couldn't get back there. So we need to be back there in order to actually do all of this stuff. But yeah. Yeah. So that's the astrology there. And of course, yesterday we had Venus's cazimi with the sun. Today, Mars is conjunct Venus. Venus is applying to Mars. She's moving faster. But Venus encountered Mars. And if you watch the headlines today, that also happened. Of course, Mars rules things like violence. So if you've checked out the headlines, I don't want to be too much of a downer. But it reflects that. And then the perfection of Mars's cazimi with the sun will be on Friday. And then Mars will oppose Jupiter on Saturday. So I'm not really taking my eye off of Mars, given how horrible he's been this week. I'm not taking my eyes off of Mars until probably Sunday or Monday, if I'm being, cautious and realistic. So that's the situation there. Yeah. So that being said, how's everybody doing? Good stuff, right? I wonder if because we can go down here, is there some kind of, because the switch is right there. You can't shoot through that. I don't know. It's probably just another opal too. That's what I'm going to tell myself. Or some kind of a tradable item. Grr. I'm a completionist in my head, so I really would like to try to figure that out. But also, if I raise the water level again, I'm going to lose my access to that space. So it's got to be something I can do from in here. Because the gate doesn't stay open. Are you able to freeze the water that was down in the pit? I am, but I don't know if it's high enough. Yeah, see, it's only going to go up to there. Which is neat, but not quite enough. If there was water coming out here, I could do it. Yeah, or like, I don't know, if I could put a freeze underneath the gate to stop it from closing right here, I would do that too, but I can't. So, it's weird that switch does that. And again, I've played this all before. I did get past all these things. I don't know how I did it. I feel like I'm losing my mind. That or I took the Zelda knowledge and replaced it with astrology knowledge, which is totally an option. Because that's not something I can grab with my magnesis either. Unless, if I'm really good, like if I'm not going to be able to do this, just so you know. But, who cares? We'll figure it out. Nope. Okay, too high. Actually, I think if I... Yeah. Opposing Jupiter has me curious. Need to learn more about Jupiter in your chart. You're pretty sure every time signed anything summer in 2024, I was also trying to turn the 24 into Jupiter's symbol. Ha! Yeah, 24 looks very close to Jupiter's symbol. So I could definitely see that. I'm not going to waste more arrows on this. Okay, we're just going to go from here and keep moving stuff forward. So yeah, the Jupiter symbol does look like the number 24. Beulah Minerva, that's perfect. Jupiter looks like the 24, 100%. And yeah, so, when we talk about Jupiter, I did talk about the Jupiter opposition. Jupiter is the greater benefic, right? So we're like, wait, why are you saying things that could be spicy about Mars opposing Jupiter? Because Jupiter is like helium, in a sense. Jupiter expands. Jupiter says yes. Jupiter just is so along for the ride. What's that? There's like a meme where it's like that, you son of a bee, I'm in. That's Jupiter. So you think about if Mars is like, hey, Jupiter, you want to do something? Jupiter's like, you son of a bee, I'm in. And then we get whatever they bring about, which is not always our favorite thing to see. Okay, so now we're we're over here. We could probably move towards where those trees are, towards, because that's, I think the, wow, I've gotten us a little bit off track of where the castle is, but I'm going to head this way because I think that moves us toward the castle. I'm going to get us to the other side here first so we don't drown. Alrighty, just going to leisurely swim over here because we don't have quite the stamina for me to feel confident in this. Yep, volcano, and the trees will be over that way. It might be that tree for all we know. We'll have to see. We'll try it. Yeah, Jupiter wants to go to all the parties. Jupiter is the life of the party. I often will say that Jupiter is the ghost of Christmas present. It's like that friend that says, I'll go if you go first. Yeah, exactly. When your classmate says, are you ready for our presentation? And you're like, no, let's do it. Yeah, I love it. These are great comparisons. Yeah. So that being said, I do think, come on, like, woohoo, we made it. I don't think we should have made it there, but we did. You know what, buddy? It didn't have to be this way. You picked a bad time. Okay. Oh my gosh. Stop with your stupid... Oh, you killed me! Well, that's okay. That's okay. In this era, it's fine. Continue. Where's that going to put us? Please at least have saved when I crossed the river. No? No? Okay. It's fine. Look at that little path we could have walked. Interesting. This looks fun. So we can actually walk to the other side. It's fine. This is going to get us... We're going to go that way instead. It's probably better. You know, make the most of it. Look at this. This is cool. I don't think I ever noticed this, even when I played the first time. Like, this is what I need in all rivers in this game. It's a little bit windy, but I'll take it. And you think I don't see you? Oh, there's a hole there. Rude. Okay. You go back to sleep, buddy. Go back to sleep. No one's trying to come at you. Nope. Just gonna let you do your thing. That's fine. No, nothing's going on. It's fine. No. Not making a lot of... Don't turn around. Yes. Hiya! Ha! How does it feel? Not so awesome, right? Jeebers. Okay. Now, what do we got going on here? I can steal their stuff. But there's some spicy looking guys here. I wonder if we can get by. Okay, so we want to go towards that. We want to go that way. We're saving. We're going to see what we can do. Giving it a shot. So many days. It's fine. This is fine. It is. And again, it's going to be really helpful this year to... I think I said this on Monday. We don't have to be okay. We just have to decide that we're going to figure it out. And that's a strategy that is useful in any situation. Because honestly, right? Like, a lot of us are not okay with this. So we have to figure it out, whatever that means for us. I'll tell you the next thing I'm excited for, and AJ, this is something you might be excited for too. Has anybody seen the peace walk that's happening right now with the monks that started? They started out in October, and they're making their way from Texas to DC. Yeah, the peace walk. Yeah. So it's a bunch of monks, and a dog joined them along the way. And they are, yeah, it's so cool, right? They're coming to Richmond. They're coming to Richmond in early February. And you can actually, they have a website that you can find through like their Instagram and stuff. And you can write in their form. They have a form in there. And in their form, you can say, like, I can give food, I can give shelter, I can give this other service that they might need. And if they can use it, they will contact you. This is really rude. They will contact you and you'll actually be able to help them out. Now, you can also just donate money, and then they can use it for whatever they know they need, which is also an option. But I highly recommend it if you can help out with that. I posted a little clip from their page earlier today on my stories. If you're looking for it, that might help you find them. And then you can find their stuff. Are you kidding me? What is this? I am throwing this from as far out as I can, and I know that's kind of the point, but also I can only, dabble so much. Okay. Right there. Nope. Okay. It's a Korok, y'all. That's what we're doing. We're yeeting rocks to try to get the... It's not going to go from here, but you know what? Maybe. Okay. Hiya. Nope. Okay, well, that was all the rocks up here, so maybe we'll get it later. There's a stable over here, which means there's a shrine over here. It does seem to be like there's going to be a night of shrines happening, but it's always good to catch them when we can because it helps us teleport, so... Plus, it's going to help us figure out where the castle is and be on that side of the volcano a little bit more. I think we need to get over there. So, yeah, I am going to do everything I can to support the monks as they come through Richmond. They have sort of like a map of their journey that you can follow as well, and you can see if there's a way that you can be a part of their path. But again, even just... They're literally just existing off of what people offer to them. And so is their dog. So keep that in mind. And it's something, right? It's something. And it's something that I'm choosing to be my next little breadcrumb for something that I can do that I feel is within my ability to help. Jerk. Hey, me first. Anyway, I'm going to be really sad when this thing breaks. All right. Thank you. Ooh. Take some glazed mushrooms. Enjoy. All right, I don't need a boomerang. I'm bad at those and it's not as good. I need a big club. We'll head over to this shrine, get that done. Yeah, I'll take food where I can get it. Are you kidding me? We're going to need the help. Okay, dear. Okay, thank you. As I say, if you're going to run at me, I just don't think I can take the extra criticism today. All right, so there are a bunch of guys over here. Okay. What's over there that's got... Oh, it's just you guys. You know what? Okay. I know I can do like a perfect... Nope. No, Link! Pull out your shield, man! Well, that worked. Can you please face the guys we're fighting? Okay. I want to be able to do like a perfect... And that's going to break too. Alright, I'm just going to go around it then. Don't kill me! I don't want to die right now. Not right now. Later. Cool. We can actually go around just the whole way here. I don't want to have to use that now. I can just go into the shrine and get all my hearts back. You cried when the crowd crossed the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Alabama with them. Right? Like, I'm ready for something like that. And I'm glad, like I said, they're on track to be here in early February, so I should be able to see them. And here's hoping. But yeah, like, we have a lot of work that we get to do this year in making our world a better place. I will also say on the subject of 2026's astrology, something that I find encouraging. For the past couple of years, the chart for the Aries ingress has been a fixed rising sign. The fixed signs are Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo. When we have a fixed rising sign, that means only one chart will be relevant for the major topics of the year. So one kind of topic of the year is going to be the most prominent, and it'll be the focus for the whole year. We've seen that in action the past few years. This year, we have Gemini rising in the Aries ingress. It is a mutable sign, and that means we get to look at the Aries ingress and also the Libra. So that means that the first half of the year we'll have sort of one focus, but then we will have a different focus in the second half of the year, in the fall. And I don't know about you, but I'm just like really glad that something gets to change a little bit, because I'm tired. So it'll be interesting and hopefully encouraging to see that. All right, so I changed that. What changed out there? Oh, it's this. So it gives me a new ball, because I think I have to stasis this and knock it and get it into that, which is going to break a couple of my weapons. Why is that a mechanic, Nintendo? But here we go. Wish me luck. This is a lot of, if I even hit the thing. Okay. Just going with vibes on that one. How did we do? Where did it even go? Okay. Wasn't even a good gauge. Okay. Lining ourselves up. Stop time. 4. Let's see how that goes. It's still in the yellow. It's probably going to go a little bit too far to the right. Oh, no, it didn't even move. Look at that. Okay. Well, heck, I'll just pick you right back up. Nope. Don't throw that. Throw that. Never mind. We just need a new one. Ugh. Why are you talking to me about my shield right now? Okay. We stop time. We target this. Nope. Nope. Okay. Well, it went into the water. Looks like we need to hit it a lot more. But yes, we are going to be able to have some changeability. And I don't think the work finishes this year by any means, but I do think enough changes that we will feel like, okay, we can do something. There's work to be done, and there's possibility. Here's hoping. Okay, we have to whack this thing a lot. That is wild. I think we're going to have to do a spin attack here. Okay, lining ourselves up just right, doing a spin attack and getting it that way. I actually remember when I did this, Dan, you actually kind of stepped in for me. Hope sounds nice. Yeah, it does. And I always want to hope. No, it didn't do what I was hoping it would. And, you know, I have a hammer. No? Still no? Oh my goodness. I feel like I might be missing something here. Like, I know I'm doing the right thing, but they gave me a hammer in that box for a reason. So... Oh. Angle it differently. No, too far. Oh my goodness. I like the distance we got on that one. Right? So hopefully we can figure this out. The hammer has a different setup to it. Oh. Well, okay. We're on the right track. We'll take it. But yeah, you know what? This is probably a really good metaphor for how this year is going to feel. We're on the right track. We'll take what we can get, and we will work with it. There. Can you roll in and stay in? Can you roll in and stay? Yeah! Look at that, you guys! Aren't you proud of me? I did it myself. All right. Did anything change? Yes, it did. Look at that. Whew. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Honestly, it's really important. Okay, so we're probably going to have to stasis this and launch that up there. But let's get a lay of the land here first. That sounded great. I don't know what it was, but I'm sure we'll find out. So this is something I see. Okay, get out of there. This will go up there. It's going to flip that, and then I'll be able to use the ladders to get up on it. And I'll probably want to stasis it so my weight doesn't... Okay, I see you, Nintendo. Look at all... Oh, I love the rainbow bats. Okay. Nice. We did that. All right, now I'm going to stasis this once I can again. And I'm going to run up here because I don't want to be knocked off. Yeah! What's over here? This is probably our bonus chest. Honestly, I'm feeling really good about myself on that one. What is this whole extra thing? Is this another one? No! But I can always come back. And it looks like we get another hammer and something else. Oh, well, dang. We're doing such a great job. Let's give it a shot. We are Jupiter right now. You son of a bee, I'm in. Okay. Do I have slots over here? I have another hammer too. Okay. No. We will use this until it breaks. And we won't forget to grab that one too. Alright, so this has to go through those. It's going to open up that. That gives us a cool thing from the chest. Okay. Wow. Yeah, okay. We're going to give it the old college try. Nope, it's going to have to go over this way. Hit it, man. Too far. Nope. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the dancing bats are great, AJ. I love it. Thanks for bringing the epic vibes. Yeah, so with that being said, let's chat about what you're looking forward to this year. And if you have any personal questions about 2026 or anything like that, that you're like, can you tell us more about this? Absolutely, I can. It would be my pleasure. Okay. Oh, not quite enough. Okay. Nice. Okay. Awesome. We're going to line ourselves up here, hopefully. Because we need to get it a little bit angled. But that looks like it might be too much angled. Come on, buddy. Half a step. Speaking of dancing, Link, get your dancing shoes on here, buddy. Okay. Maybe we can just go... Okay, that's as much as it goes. And it overshot. So one less than that, but we were perfect. We've got hope. We've got hope here. Boom. Okay. Alright, so right about here. Step up. Oh, too much again. Dang it. But we're getting better at it. Okay. I should really be counting these so I can do it. I've been doing it off of, like, feeling of the rhythm. That's obviously not the best way to do it, but hey. Yeah. So what's something you're looking forward to this year that you're like, this will help me feel like I'm in control, help me feel better about this year? Not quite. I feel like I'm safe enough to share. Yeah, you are. You just sent citizenship application. Yay! Sorry, I tried to muddle that just in case someone's watching a replay. So yeah, congratulations. I'm sorry I even read any of that out loud, but like, I'm really excited for you. That's phenomenal, and I'm excited for you guys. That's really something to look forward to. This is probably going to bank too far over, but let's see. Hey, come on. I'm more excited for you than I am about this thing. That's fantastic. I hope you guys have a really cool way that you're excited to celebrate. I love planning celebrations in advance Because like even if the thing doesn't happen, I'm still doing whatever I was going to do to celebrate. Because I'm going to celebrate the fact that I had the opportunity, or that I was close, or that it's closer than I've ever been. You know, the whole shebang in that sense. How are we doing? No. But if I do it more, you're going to tell me that it's too far. All right. I'm going to wail on it next time. I think that was about 5. Hoping it goes well. I've been manifesting the crap out. I'm sure you have been. I'm sure you have been. It seems like it is working, so you're excellent at it. 1, 2. Line it up better. Nope, line it up better. Link. 90% of the problem here, buddy, is your angles. Ah. I wish I could like use a cursor on him right now to, not a curse, but a cursor, like a mouse, to just put him in the right position, because it's the angles here that's getting me. You got a shimmy. Okay. Look at that. You're too far over there. Just a little. No, just a little. Just a little. Sure. Nope. Nope, that didn't do it. Yeah. The eclipse season this year. It's always something that I get confused about. Yeah. I have my eclipse charts here, but I want to pull up another document that gives me more like quick reference for the eclipses just in general. So give me a second while I pull up another document here. I have so many notes on astrology, you guys. So the eclipses this year. There we go. Our first eclipse is going to be February 17th. So February 17th is going to be our first eclipse. It is an annular solar eclipse, so not quite total solar eclipse, and it will be in Aquarius. The reason that's important is it's going to be the first eclipse occurring in Aquarius. So yeah, this year we are going through a nodal change where they're changing signs, which changes some things too. Really? Jeebers. Okay, well, we need that other hammer. Yeah, so February 17th, solar eclipse in Aquarius. Yeah. Yeah, and so your mom, who has a birthday that day, will have an eclipse in her solar return chart, right? So that's going to make it maybe a potentially interesting year for your mom. So, you know, there are ways you can analyze that. I'm going to let that alone right now because that's personal stuff. But yeah, so we've got the first, and it's my first eclipse because I have my nodes there. So just like we have returns of all the planets, we have, I feel like one is going to be, I'm going to do that one. Oh, it's too far over there. And it still wasn't enough. But one more would have been too much. I don't have the finesse for this, y'all. Yeah, so it's an Aquarius eclipse. And then on March 3rd, the next lunation, because it's always 2 at a time, right? So it'll be a new moon and a full moon, but there'll be eclipses. These will be, lining myself up here, sorry. These will be 1 in Aquarius because the nodes are at the cusp of the signs, and then the next one will be back in Virgo. Oh, so close. Okay, well, we're getting there. So the cusp of Virgo, because the nodes move backwards, we find that the eclipses also kind of move backwards through the sign. It's one of those things because of the way the Earth is lined up with the sky. Okay, I think that was it. Ugh, we're doing great. We're getting closer. Yep. And so what we will then have is a Leo total solar eclipse in August 12th. So that's going to be the one. It's a total eclipse. And I know the lunar, one of the lunars, I think it's the Virgo, is visible. The total lunar is visible from the United States. I think the Leo one as well is. And again, that, if you can see it, it can see you. Is one of the better ways to try to say, like, is this going to be relevant to us? So then we'll have our final one, Pisces lunar eclipse on August 28th. So the eclipses are earlier in the year this year than they've been for a bit. They've been in the autumn previously, but now they're going to be moving into the summer, where they were autumn and early spring. Now they are going to be late winter and late summer. So yeah, interesting times. If you have your nodes in astrology, if you have them in Leo or Aquarius, congratulations. You are coming into, if you would have just gone like a foot further, you're coming into your either nodal opposition or nodal return. And that is an 18-year cycle. And what it means is debatable depending on the school of thought that you follow in astrology, because the nodes are not given a ton of attention in Hellenistic astrology, except that they amplify planets that they are near. But in more, oh my goodness, that almost hurt. In the astrology that is more sidereal and more Vedic, of the sort of tradition that developed in India, they are given a lot more of a fated quality. Vedic astrology focuses more on the soul journey rather than this lifetime, so it's something that they keep in mind. I'm going to do that. Yeah, I know, right? This, by all intents and purposes, should that not have been it? All right, we're just going to go, if this hammer breaks, we're going to call it. That's how we're going to know that it's time for us to stop. In the meantime, I feel like maybe I'm getting better at this. We'll see how this one goes. Just to, yeah, a little bit too far over there. Shimmy, shimmy. A little bit too far over there. Ugh. And I believe we lost our sledgehammer. No, we didn't. Okay. We'll see what happens. This is probably our last shot. So, test your manifesting if you want to, y'all. Oh, I've got more of those, but I can use this 12 one. Oh, get up there, man! Get... Okay. Nope. Alright. That's okay. Dear game. They got it twice at least. What's up with that? I appreciate you guys, but we're going to call it, and we'll move on with our lives. We need to get on the little elevator here. It's a skill issue. It's a skill issue. I can accept it. Because I know we're going to come out of here and need this. Yeah. Awesome. Move over here. We did what we needed to do, and that's the point. Yeah, we're here to be cozy gaming, so I'm totally fine with like not doing 100% stuff here. It's fine by me. Speaking of cozy gaming, another thing I want to put on the roster for you guys is if you want to start alternating between this game and something like Animal Crossing, let me know. Like, we can chat about that tonight and get some idea of that. I know Animal Crossing has a new update coming out, so I'll start an entirely new island. You guys will have a say in everything that we do, in the character designs, in everything. And we can do all of that cozy stuff too. And it might be fun. And we can alternate, you know, we can do like every other week or however you want to do that. If there's another game you'd like to see, let me know. We can alternate and come back to Zelda some other time, or, you know, create a schedule out of it. I'm game for whatever. Playing different games is fun for me. So we can do whatever feels best for us. There's no pressure on that. All right, we're going to, since I know the castle's right over there, we're going to use this as our reference point. See how we're doing. We got the teleport, which is what matters. Yeah. 7? Really? Look at me being like, ew, that's not good enough anymore. Ooh, a new kind of flower thing. Hardy radish. Love you. Come with me. Yeah. Yeah, so totally, again, something that we can do. All right, I'm gonna go to the top of this hill here because I feel like it was a little bit more separate, and it makes sense to be near a tower for this memory, so that's cool. looks like it's going to be a pretty wild tower to try to get to, but we'll do that too. Why not? You got to get him eventually. Look at this tree. This tree looks like it might be our tree. Is this our tree? Excuse me, guys. This might be my tree. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Go with the flow is a great idea for this year. Remember, we have a Gemini rising for the year, so excuse you. I literally just got that back, and I'm not seeing our memory around here. So next thing we'll do is try to get that tower, but I'm also going to check our pictures. We were looking at this one. I do think you guys are correct that it is on the volcano side, but clearly not this one. Even though that tree is so close. What do we got going on here? So it's from like this angle. And there's a mountain side coming down. Not sure I see an opportunity for those kind of trees over here. I can always look it up too. Like, again, we're not trying to... Right? The castle's a little bit too far, yeah. So, I'm looking at this tower. I'd rather try to come in from above, which we can do eventually. So I think we're going to save it for later. Rain is coming, so God forbid I try to climb anything at this point. Who over here has a... Okay, you know what? My club broke. That's okay. I've got another one. Did you have a good club, sir? I would like you to have had a good club, but I don't think you did. Did you have a weapon at all? Buddy, and like, you had a friend down here. Oh, he's down there. Well, I mean, if I knew that I had more of these clubs and that it wouldn't just break on me, because this is a solid weapon for what we have to accomplish right now. But all of that is going to be filled with stuff we got to take out. We can give it a shot and then leave if we don't like it. Bro was napping. You know what? Link was napping too for 100 years. It is what it is, I guess. Yeah. Nice. And here's the rain. But it doesn't last long. So that's good. Yeah. Yeah, so if you have particular questions about the eclipse season, I can talk generally about eclipses and what we might expect from the signs the eclipses are moving into. Happy to do that. So I'll start doing that, and you can refine me as we go. The trees in this area are not the right type of tree. I'm noticing that right away. But maybe over the hill. Hi! You're just lucky I don't have my dog right now. Guys, can we please leave me alone? Yeah. So eclipses in general are times that are well known as times when, one of my favorite things that I've heard someone say was that they are times when God closes their eyes. So an eclipse happens and you truly get the two luminaries, which incidentally rule the eyes when we're thinking about medical astrology. The two luminaries, the sun and the moon. It's so rainy, I can't see stuff. Are you sure, friend? Anyway, the two luminaries, the sun and the moon, who do rule the eyes, are corrupted in that moment. And so what we end up with is a situation where nature is receiving corrupt light. And if we think about light, right, it is the life-giving force in our world. So that corruption is kind of permeating everything. And in those moments, hi, little guy. Oh, that doesn't work on you. Look at you. That's so rude. But it's kind of cute, though. I ended up getting wailed on. But okay. I think it's got to be like stone on stone to matter here, or... That works. Look how good I made that look. That is not something I could have done if I like actually were trying. Cool. So that helped. Now I don't have to lose a weapon over it. I guess I was hitting you with that 12 one, so yeah. Yeah, I probably should. Good point, you guys. You should eat something. Let's see. I don't want that one yet. We'll do, it gives us like 10. We'll do this skewer. There we go. We need more hearts is what we need to do. We need to start taking our health seriously. And excuse me, buddy. Where did you come from? If you want to come say hi, you can. Come get me. Okay. That's an option. Yeah, another rock gnome. Yep. And now it's just those wolves that are distracting me. Okay, I am ready for this rain to end, and it looks like it should soon. Yeah, so we're not going to get our picture from here. Where's the one picture that I know we should be able to get? Because it's like with the dueling peaks. We got that one. Okay, that wasn't the one I thought it was. Is there another? Nope, those are just the ones we took. Okay, there's a memory I remember, but it might be one that we get from completing these, which is fine. Okay. And this might be from another angle entirely. It might be from the opposite side of the castle, which we will eventually get to. So, once again, game talk and or astrology talk applying to real life over here. Pay attention to your health. Yep. Always. Yeah, I've had a lot of clients lately coming to me, and they're in like 6th house perfection years, which my rule of thumb is like, how's your health doing? Are you focusing on your daily routines? And are you getting enough like movement and nutrition? Are you supporting yourself? Those kinds of things, which is relevant to all of us all the time, but usually becomes a matter of focus in a 12th house year. Not a 12th house, in a 6th house year. I'm in a 12th house year. I'm also focused on those things, but I always am. And ironically, the ruler of my 12th house is in the 6th, so she's bringing those topics in as well, because it's what she does. I didn't ask for it, it's just what was happening the day I was born. So. Okay. Alright, we have 2 options here. Regardless, I'm going to go cash in some of these things we've gotten from our shrines so we can have another heart. And then also we can go to start making our way towards storyline that is going to get us eventually healing abilities. Or, oh, is that a rainbow? That's a rainbow! Look at that! We found a rainbow! Or we can start making our way to something that will get us ability to like climb heights faster. Yeah. So, enjoying our rainbow here. The little promise that everything's going to be okay. Even in a video game. That's amazing. Great. How do you know what house you're in? Okay, so into the Ravenwood. I'm trying to think of like the best way to explain this without being able to show a chart. I have a pinned video on my TikTok that shows you how to do this. If you want to go to Crystal and Sophia on TikTok, it's truly pinned on my profile, so it'll give you better visuals and a website where you can do this stuff for free. Also, yeah, thank you for being here. But your annual perfection year is something that like you do with math, and if you're gonna, you can do it just by counting around the chart, so it is pretty easy to do. Yeah, so this one's gonna be on TikTok, the video that shows you how to do it. It's also part of my Pop Stars course, which you can get on my website. The Pop Stars course is designed to teach you everything you need to know about understanding what social media is telling you about astrology. So hopefully that helps. Yeah, so when we're thinking about the perfection, it starts every year of your life gets to be ruled by a certain sign. It activates a sign in your chart. When you're using whole sign houses, which is what I typically do, that means a whole sign is a whole house. So it really simplifies the math here. You start from age 0 to 1, because when you're living your first year, you will then be able to, your first year is completing the number 1 year of your life. So, technically, if you're turning 36 this year, you've completed 36 years on your birthday. Guys, I'm not in the mood. So you're not 36, you're actually 36 and some change. And so, that's why parents, when a baby's born, are like, oh, they're so many months old, because they haven't reached a year yet, right? So you start at 0, and that's your first house. 0 to 1 is your first house, because we don't have a 0 house. And then you go from there. 1 to 2 is your second house. 2 to 3 is your third house, and so on, until you get to the 12th house. And then you start over again. But instead of, 0 to 1, it's, I think it's 12 to 13 is your next first house year. And then you go around again. So it's just cycles on cycles for that. So you have to count around your chart and find your age. You can do that in divisions of 12 if it works for you. And then whatever you land on is the sign that is activated that year. The ruler of that sign is going to be an important planet for you to pay attention to, because their movements and their aspects, like for me this year it's Venus, so I pay attention to Venus transits a lot. They're going to be important. If a planet is transiting through that sign, it also will maybe have a more noticeable impact than normal. And if a planet is in that sign natally for you, that planet will also be activated and kind of bring about what it promises to do. Oh, hey there, little Korok. So those are things that we understand from annual perfections. And that's the quick way to do it. But like I said, if you want a video that shows you how to do it on astro-seek.com for free, I have a video on that. It's a really quick, I think in under a minute kind of, oh, I should have hit examine, I hit jump. In under a minute sort of thing. Anyway. Gotcha. Awesome. Yeah, so that'll let you know. It's based on your age, and those are the quick tips for how to kind of interpret it in a GIF. Yeah, of course. I wish astrology were easy to personalize in a general sense. And I apologize that it isn't, but I try to do my best. And these lives and the Monday Magic Mood Boosts and stuff are the easiest way for me to do it, because trying to do it in like a 60-second video or something like that is can actually sometimes be more confusing than actually just teaching it in the time it takes. So I try. Yeah. Cool. I think what I'm going to do, now that we've run around a little bit, I am going to teleport back to Kakariko and get us that extra heart so that we can stop dying so much. At least make an attempt of that anyway. And then we'll decide which storyline we want to follow first. Which is, do you want to go the one with the Zora guy that asked us to follow him and we totally blew him off? Or do you want to go with the bird people? Zora, swimmers, or the mer people or the bird people? Put it in the chat, let me know. Mer people or bird people? For fun, the Zora are the mer people, and the Ruto are the bird people, which is interesting because in Ocarina of Time, the princess of the Zora, the mer people, is actually named Rito, which is a bit confusing. Yeah. Thanks, Minerva. I appreciate you. Yeah, we're going to get a heart container. Yes. Yeah. Yay! I'm so glad. I actually got to teach a lecture on intro to electional astrology to some magicians last week. It's these magicians that are like magical scholars, and in our group, I am the one who has obsessed over astrology the most. So I was able to kind of say like, hey, if you want to learn more about astrology, here is the thing I think is most immediately relevant to what we do in this context. So here you go. And you had a quest. We'll pick this up. Why not? Great Fairy Fountain. You have a lead. Oh, so do I. Oh, that's not hard. Yeah, so we have one vote for the bird people. But yeah, I got to do this thing, and I meant for it to be 6 slides. It ended up being 22 slides, and I did an hour-and-a-half lecture. But I had a really good time. We have money enough to buy some of this stuff. Let's do it. Okay, we don't need those because we have all of those. But these guys will make us stealthier. Yeah, it was really, really cool. I enjoyed it a lot. And of course I have only enough for one thing here, and that's gonna, okay, we're not that rich yet. It's okay. Dolce & Gabbana up in here. Yeah, it was awesome. I had such a good time. And I'm thinking about taking the replay and putting it on my website. So it's going to be a really good thing to do after something like Pop Stars, where Pop Stars gives you a lot more general knowledge. The intro to electional astrology will teach you more about, did we really beat him getting here? We'll teach you more about how to use astrology to time your manifesting, magic, and talisman making. And I also go on tangents, of course, about medicinal astrology and other things. So it's good stuff. Let's go hang with the bird people. Okay. All right. We got 2 votes for the bird people. We will do that. That will be the thing that is next. Now, cameras. Oh, not you. You. And you're coming with me. All right. Fairy fountain. Picture. Save. Done. Talk to that guy. Hopefully he gives us money for our clothing fund. You know, Link's a lot like the monks. He's on a peace walk. And he really relies on the kindness of people who are going to say, hey, do this for me, to get stuff done. I found it. You're not even looking at us. Here you go. Never find your heroes, buddy. Ooh. Is he going to help us? Oh. So this guy will help us figure out those pictures. That's helpful. I'm glad you knew about the location. Yeah, so Mount Laneru. Let's move this back to something that'll be more useful. All right, we're gonna go hang out with the burb people, as we have decided. That means going back over here, which is fine because we've already gotten close there. So, whoop. To figure out who to talk to here. Should be in our quest somewhere. Gonna get a quick drink, and then we can do that. Awesome. All right. Yep, here we are. Let me just look at what we're up to here. All the way up here. Divine Beast. We haven't started anything here yet, so we're just waiting for somebody to help us learn about Rivali. We'll talk to you guys and see what you have to say. Must always insist on wearing your pearl, mother. What's the matter? Wants to go to Warbler's Nest. Oh, we will be helping them out later, and they will help us make a shrine up here. They sing. It's kind of cute. If I'm perfectly honest, I think I remember it being annoying, but it was also kind of cute. Nostalgia helps that a little bit. What do you have to say? What are you doing? Adventurers are crazy. You're right. You see him flying up there? Okay. You're not selling anything? Okay. Sorry. Okie dokie. How about you? You look like you're in pain. That's usually where we come in to help. What's the matter? It's not your concern. It's gonna be. You're gonna talk to me once I get the quest started. Probably should start lower then. I feel like the bird people were channeled. Yeah. Birdie. Oh, sure, tell me a story. Once upon a time, Grandpa stopped a big tree while he was climbing the mountain. Stopped at a big tree. Okay. Makes more sense. What? Okay, the big tree is going to be important because the big bird... Okay. Yeah, we'll find out at some point. What a gusty place this is. Hello. Warm garb. You know, I bet you have that. But, I'll do that. I just don't think you're gonna have... Can I afford any of this? 600, 1,000. We might want to get the trousers, because we have a shirt already, and it is going to get cold for Link. So we've got that. Oh, man. Yeah. But that's just all my rupees, you know? How do I not have more than this at this point? Alright, we will get these because we're going to need them. Cool. Yeah, thanks. Alright. And then down here, provided I have enough rupees, can I get some arrows? No, this is food. Nope, arrows. Oh no. Can I take them all? Yeah. It's always worth it for arrows. Okay. Cool. Yep. Sometimes you gotta go shopping. It's how we make our feelings feel better. What are you sighing about? Yes, I saw it. What do I do about it? You have bigger problems? Your mom is so annoying. Aw. Oh, well, at least you have ambitions. Okay, so this is the bottom of the whole thing. It's funny, I know a little bit about what we're supposed to do, but I need us to get... I think the chief is up at the top. Break time. Well, you did make a sale. Are you another little baby bird, girl? Oh, no. Alright. We're getting somewhere here. I'm going to go all the way to the top next, because I do believe up there we talked to, like, the chief of the Rudo, and hopefully he helps us out. But yeah, in the meantime, if there's anything anybody wants to chat about, I did start on Eclipses and I didn't finish, right? So I can finish on that. But yeah, so we were talking about eclipses being the sun and the moon, and how, yes sir, how they actually rule the eyes in medical astrology. The moon is the left eye, the sun is the right eye. So you might actually see that in a chart. If someone has like an eye issue, their sun or their moon may have an affliction where there's a planet squaring it or something. That is right. And so when they are corrupted, right, the eclipse is a corruption of the sun and the moon. If you read an astrological magic grimoire like the Picatrix, it talks about how our world is the composite world. It's made of a bunch of little pieces of things that are all ruled by the planets. So if you think about the periodic table of elements, but instead of elements, everything's made up of planetary material, then you kind of understand, like, we are composite. We're made up of a bunch of different things. And so in the composite world, the physical world made up of a bunch of different things, everything is subject to change and transformation and destruction, according to Picatrix. And yeah. So the Picatrix is something you want to be careful with. It does have traps built into it. It will give you recipes that if you don't know what you're doing, you'll accidentally poison yourself. So just be careful if you get the Picatrix and start playing with it. Research everything and make sure, like, is this toxic? Because its way of making sure that it doesn't fall into the wrong hands is to make sure that that person can't do anything else. It's crazy how that kind of stuff is in there. But yeah, so Picatrix says the whole composite world, is subject to change and destruction around that time. Why destruction? It's a lot of these books we find when we read them are giving you the to the 10th degree interpretation of what could be. They're saying, like, the worst possible case scenario could be this. So they're giving you not necessarily a metaphor, but an analogy that is pretty hyperbolic. And yes, sometimes astrology is quite literal, like we were talking about earlier with the full moon in Cancer opposite Mars. You pulled a fairy card about how our thoughts and gossip is a curse. When we talk about ourselves, it's also a curse. Yeah, I mean, our words speak into being our intentions. A magic wand motions into being intentions. So I really do think words are something that should be chosen well and something that you feel good about in many contexts. Yeah. Thoughtfulness is important. I think all the time, but that's me. I think that we all have, our opinions on that, and we are entitled to them. So we got this quest. What does he want us to do? Van Meadow. Teba's wife Saki may know where he is. Okay, so we gotta find Saki. We, I think, already talked to her a little bit. She's probably the one wandering around out here all, like, sad and listless. Who are you? Nope, you're the wrong one. Okay. Yes, I've seen Van Meadow. Everyone's at a loss of what to do. Me too, man. I just need to find Saki. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's a thing. I work on it too, and I've worked on it for a long time. Trust me. So Larissa, nope. So when things are subject to change, again, we see some astrologers say how it's like God closed their eyes when an eclipse occurred. In very ancient astrology, we have references all the way back to, Mesopotamia, where when an eclipse occurred, it meant a big deal for the king, especially if it was a solar eclipse. We talked a little bit about this earlier. A solar eclipse will affect leadership in some way. A lunar eclipse, the body of the nation, will typically affect the people a little bit more. So we see something on a more societal level during lunar eclipses, whereas we'll see things happen on a more, I guess you could say, government level or leadership level during solar eclipses. And fun fact, the day of the eclipse is not always when the signification of the eclipse occurs. And this is basically because we couldn't always exactly predict eclipses. So we had to base it off of an eclipse has occurred. What does this mean, and when can we expect to see this happen? And so we have from Ptolemy in particular had a lot of literature on this, and that was survived into that survived into Masha'Allah and Abu Mashar, who did a lot of extra research on it whoops, did I ignore her? Oops. Abu Mashar and Masha'Allah did a lot of extra research and expansion on that I've already been down here. Dang it. Maybe she's all the way up. Did a lot of extra research on that, again, in the Persian era. So we see that. Hi, I'll talk to you again. You're so tired. Good. Go to bed. I'm sorry. I thought you wanted to talk to me. All right, not in here. Yeah. So things are subject to change with eclipses, and they can be dramatic. And they don't always have to change on that same day. Amali's not the one we're looking for, is she? I'm going to talk to you and just make sure.
Ah.
Nope. Okay. Everybody's going to bed. This is not good. I don't want to have to wait all night to find this person. I can't believe she's not like at the thing. Well, if everybody goes to bed though, will you talk to me now? Yeah, cool. Let me know more. Yep, yep. Yeah, so it's journey stuff here for sure. And then a way to know if an eclipse is going to be something that's important to you is, of course, to understand if it's in a prominent place in your chart. Is it at one of your angles, your ascendant, midheaven, descendant, or even your IC? Is it in your perfected sign? When we were talking earlier about things that transit that perfected sign will be highlighted for you. Is it conjunct or aspecting a planet that's important for you, whether it's a natal planet that you have in a sign that's square or opposite or conjunct it, or there's one by transit that happens to be your Time Lord or something like that. So there are ways to find out, and of course I will be going over them as they come. For this year, we're seeing them in Aquarius, Virgo, Leo, and Pisces. So each eclipse is going to be in a different sign this year, which is unique. Usually they go back and forth between two signs, but because we're in a transition year, they're each going to be in a different sign. Aquarius is an air and fixed sign. It deals a lot with society, social structures in particular. It's ruled by Saturn. And there's a lot of like things that support the society. Social structures, again, is a great way of summarizing it. That help. Jack just did a cute stretch. Sorry, you guys. He's adorable. Then we get into Virgo. And of course, Ptolemy goes through all of this too. So as these eclipses draw closer, I'll tell you what Ptolemy says will be affected by it and things like that. But often Virgo rules like food resources and that kind of stuff, agriculture. Leo is going to be the one, especially since it's a total solar eclipse in Leo. I'm going to be curious. The last time we had one of those, it was 2016, I believe. So about 10 years ago. Was it 2016, 2017? It was after we were married, so I know that. But I can't remember exactly what year it was. But that was our total solar eclipse in the sign of, it was going back and forth between Leo and Cancer that year. Not Leo and Cancer. Actually, yeah, I think it was changing that year. Yeah. So Leo, of course, kings and rulerships and those kinds of things will be important. And then Pisces will deal a lot with like rivers and water sources, according to Ptolemy, if I remember correctly, because I've been doing a lot about Pisces eclipses. Where is this guy's wife, man? What's her name again? I've forgotten. Give me my adventure log. Saki. Ask Rito around Rito Village and gather information. Man, I have talked to everybody. We're like best friends now. Yeah, so during a solar eclipse, we expect potentially to see something that's going to be of the nature of that eclipse, and then over the period of time that it's important or that its significations come about, we'll see those pop up again. So it's like an introduction to a story and then the unfolding of a story that comes after. Yeah. So I hope that helps explain, a little scattered, my bad. Hope that helps explain eclipses a little bit. Magically, we don't work with them. If you're not going to want the corrupted well water, that would be the moon water of, look at these adorable little girls. That's really cute. It's basically like working with a well that has been corrupted, and we don't want to work with that. So during eclipse season, it's a bummer, but Em and I are always like, don't work with it. Don't work with it unless you absolutely have to. Just don't do it. So I'm going to go all the way to the top here if I can. Let's see what I can do there, because I've been getting a little bit sidetracked. Yeah, so that's I covered a bunch about eclipses. Yeah, it is, right? If you have an eclipse in your birth chart, and you'll know by the north and south node, which are the little horseshoes in your chart, if they are, um, if the sun and the moon are near them, conjunct or opposing each other, new moon or full moon, then you will know that you have an eclipse in your chart because it's within 15 degrees of that. Man, we are just not seeing this lady. Yeah, I bet we have to fly off of that thing and go somewhere, but I'm going to ask him again. Okay. We need Teba's wife, right? So... Where is Saki? Ugh. Okay. I just need to make sure the quest progresses enough for us to do this. So, the Traveler, that's... right here the whole time. Oh my god. Oh god. Okay. Well, good. This will help us. Is the yellow dot in the target? Yeah. Probably. Does it make noise when you're close? I don't think it does, but if it did, maybe I'm missing that concept. It could. Awesome. And we take off from there. Go straight to the flight range. Okay. Oh, we're going to have a memory here. Great. We get story. That's great. Yeah. Sorry, Minerva, I just read your comment about Black Forager on socials saying happy snacking, don't die. That's amazing. When we mentioned...
Impressive, I know. Very few can achieve a mastery of the sky.
Traps.
Yet I have made an art of creating an updraft that allows me to soar. It's considered to be quite the masterpiece of aerial techniques, even among the Rito. With proper utilization of my superior skills, I see no reason why we couldn't easily dispense with Ganon. Now then, my ability to explore the firmament is certainly of note. But let's not, pardon me for being so blunt, let's not forget the fact that I am the most skilled archer of all the Rito. Yet despite these truths, it seems that I've been tapped to merely assist you. All because you happen to have that little darkness-sealing sword on your back. I mean, it's just asinine. Unless you think you can prove me wrong, maybe we should just settle this one-on-one.
He does, yeah.
But where? Oh, I know. How about up there? Oh, you must pardon me. I forgot you have no way of making it up to that divine beast on your own. Good luck sealing the darkness!
Rude. Huh? Oh, yeah. I'm not a fan of the bird, man. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to figure out, because he sounds familiar, the voice actor for Rivali. Natsu. Natsu! I don't know why that came out like that. Cross that out of my life. Yeah, Natsu from Fairy Tail. Ray Habercorn, thank you. Yeah, you said I'm all fired up, and I was like, wait a second, because he doesn't sound the same in this one. Yeah, Natsu from Fairy Tail. And many other things, to be perfectly honest. Death the Kid from Soul Eater. Also a really good one. Oh, arrows. Yes. The chat thanks you, Dan, for helping. Yeah, in Genshin, he's Razor. And also, he plays the first Pyro Archon when he comes in that event. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. Yep. So he's a popular voice actor. But it's one of the more prominent ones would be Natsu. So I have to go to that platform. I think I went too far. It's this platform. And we gotta glide to the flying range, right? Where did she say the flying range was? Do we have a heading on the map? Okay, so we're going back that way. So I think what she wants us to do is maybe go get a horse and ride around there. But I also feel like we can do something better. Let's try. We will get to... Yeah, she was talking about this one, but I feel like there's another thing more in the appropriate direction. Oh, that's up there. Never mind. Okay, fine. Yeah. We will go back down to the horse stable and pull out our horse, and we will let our horse convey us to the flight range. Because that sounds like a really great option. Yeah. Yep. So we'll be able to start this journey. We've made some good progress tonight. I know we've changed your mind a couple times, but hey, such is life. Please do, whether here in the chat or, best ways to reach me, I guess, would be I can put up a poll on Instagram. Let me know what your favorite social media is. Like, are we doing TikTok, Instagram, whatever? And that's where I'll try to put up the most correspondence about this. Eventually, it'd be really cool to, set up a Discord or something like that. But in the meantime, I'll keep an eye on when the Animal Crossing game is coming out, if that's what we kind of want to also blend into our playtime. And we'll go from there. If you have any other suggestions, like I said, I'm open to them. Blot still kind of hates us. This is great. Hopefully this journey around the cavern here, or the canyon, will give us some bonding time. I am not exclusively on Switch for gaming. I have PC as well. I'm actually using my PC right now for this. So anything that's on PC, I do have a PlayStation 5. But yeah. Steam is an option, Maybwin. Yep. 100% an option. Yeah. Alright, this is where we want to go. Cool. Come on, buddy. Now, once a horse actually likes you, they will stay on the path on their own, and you don't have to do that for them. But since this horse will not like us, I don't know how to catch those fairies in this game, because usually you need a bottle or something. I don't think I have a bottle. Oh, cool. Yeah, I am so up for that. I follow some cozy gamers online, and I'm eager to try some of the games that are coming out. So, yeah, it'll be super fun. And I can let you know how well researched they are, which is always one of my favorite things. Yeah, cool. We are making progress here. Got about 5 more minutes to chat and move our way through here. If I see a Korok or something, I'll probably pop and get it. But yeah, we're doing great here. We're going to need arrows for sure on this next thing. That guy's big. He'd have to wait for next time. He's going to take some time to take out. Rika, student of Baba Yaga. You make your own chicken house. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, if you guys want to see Rika, I can look into it and get that set up. So far, looking so good. And we can do some research on Baba Yaga. and learn more about that together. Happy to do that. Yeah, I will research things for the purposes of our video games. Do not worry. Nightingale, you're guided through the realms by Puck. Ah! Yes! That sounds fun. I have always loved the energy of Puck. I know that's a little weird, but yeah. Yeah, cool. So, Rika, Reka. Oh, look, it's cold. Hang on. I know, buddy. I got you. I just bought you pants for this. See? No problem. No sweat. Awesome. Yeah, I will look up Rika, and we will get that moving. Happy to do that. I'll also, small land, survive the wilds. A small fae that has come from the upper world. Oh, cute! Yeah, oh my goodness. Yeah, all of these sound like a good option. Moose? Figure it out, because I'm not doing it for you. Alright. No, guys. Not my horse. Oh, but they have the good, okay. Don't hurt my horse. Oh, no, no, get off the horse. Don't hurt the horses. Okay. Hang on a second. We're having what these guys have. Oh gosh. Hang on. I really want their weapon, and now you can see why. Some simmered fruit. Good lord. Alright. Buddy, you gotta get up. You gotta get up. Okay, now that he doesn't have that anymore, let's use some fire in this cold space. Yeah, how about it? And your buddy's over there. But I've got a dragon bone club now that's amazing. No, 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 don't hurt me. Okay, the horse is fine. Oh, hang on. I'm gonna use all of my food on this, but it's good weapons, and we're helping the horses. So, for the horses! Come up before he gets you again. That one's only 15 though, so I'm not as excited about it. We liberated the horses, and Blot is over here, still also fine. And we found a shrine! We found a shrine! So this is perfect. Well, that's very convenient. There. Voila, you guys. What a great situation. Okay, so I am going to... I really should write these things down. Small land. Rika, Nightingale. Yeah, Rika is single player. Others can be multiplayer with a host or dedicated server. That's cool. Yeah, we'll start with Rika and learn a bit about Baba Yaga. Sounds amazing. Yeah, we've got our hearts. And it is the right time of night as well. So we did that. I'll look into Rika, and we'll have Animal Crossing as an option as well. Coven of the Chicken Foot looks interesting. Cool, 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 cool. Yeah, so let's start with Rika. Move into that. We can talk a little bit about lore, witchcraft, that kind of stuff. Happy to do it. And I'll have more updates on that next week. And next week, hopefully, we'll progress in this for as far as we can get to and see where we're at. Maybe every time we do finish a temple here, we'll go and do another game for a while and then come back and do another temple. That's a really nice way to do it. Yeah. Thank you guys for the amazing recommendations. I'm excited about this. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for everybody who subscribed previously and tonight. I appreciate you all very, very much. Let me actually look at the camera. Chat's over here. Yeah, we will see you next week. You are appreciated. Have a safe, grounded week. Do whatever you need to feel good and to feel like you have control over whatever it is that you need. I will be here with you. Enjoy, you guys.